Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to crop an image, resize an image, and rename an image using the preview application on a MacBook. This software comes standard on any Mac, so if you're working with a Mac, you'll already have this program. You don't need to buy anything fancy like Photoshop or any other photo editing software because this has all the basic functions that you need, which is why I really like it. I also really like it because I primarily work from scans of my work, so I'm already working with a pretty high quality image. I'm not needing to adjust my white balance or anything like that. The image is already pretty crisp and ready to go. So make sure you're either scanning or using really high quality photos to edit in preview because this is just really the basics. So here are two collages that I'm going to edit in preview. The first one, I'm just going to double click it and it already automatically opens in preview if you double click it from the desktop. It's already the standard application to open a photo. I'm going to make my screen a little bigger so it's easier to see. So as you can see, this image was scanned from my sketchbook. So it kind of has this gray band here that I don't really want to be part of the photo, has the black outline at the bottom of my sketchbook, and it's kind of cutting off here in a weird spot that I'd like to get rid of as well. So to do that, you're going to click on this icon right here that says Show Markup Toolbar, and you're going to click on that. And there's a lot of functions here. I'm just going to go into one function because that's all we're going to use. It's this selection tool, and you want to make sure that the rectangular selection tool is highlighted. You can also do an elliptical selection or your own kind of selection, but for our purposes, we just need a rectangle. And then you're going to click on your image and hold down on your trackpad or mouse if you're using a mouse, a desktop, and you're going to select your crop or more of her face, and you can kind of play around with the cropping of the image until you get exactly where you want to be on your image. You can individually pull the sides over, you can scale the corner, whatever, but just make sure that you get a cropping that is pleasing to you before you hit crop right here. And then you're going to hit crop, and it magically crops the image and you don't have any of those elements that you don't want. So now that that's done, the next thing you want to do is resize the image. Now, I primarily use my images for the web. When I scan something in, it's because I either want to put it on my Instagram or I want to put it on my website. So I know I'm going to be using these photos for the web. I typically don't use them for print. If I was using it for print, I probably wouldn't resize. But you're going to go into Tools and you're going to say Adjust Size. So you want to make sure your fit into custom is on because these are going to constrain the proportions to these sizes and you don't necessarily want that. You want to retain the scale of your image. You also want to make sure that these are linked, which means it's going to scale proportionally. You want this check mark to be checked, which means that when you change one, it's automatically going to change the other. Like if I change width, it's automatically going to change height to be proportionate. You also want to make sure that resample image is clicked on as well. This is a lot more important for scaling up an image, but it's good to have it on if we're scaling down an image because we don't want the pixel quality to be lost. The computer is automatically going to resample and kind of guess and fill in gaps of the pixel quality. Like I said, happens more when you're scaling up, but scaling down is also important. So I like to make my width about 800 pixels. And as you can see, when I type in 800, it automatically adjusts the height to 1132. You can also tone down your resolution a little bit because this is not going to print. So 300 is for print resolution, and you can go to 172 for web functionality, screen functionality. It's going to look just as good. I think I will just keep it at 300 though, just to keep it nice and safe and make sure that the image quality is really nice. And as you can see, this image is now about a third of its original size, 50% smaller, which is good. We don't need a huge image to upload it to the web. And it's going to load much faster on my website. So then you just click OK, and it automatically resizes the image. It's ready to go. So the final thing that we need to do is change the title. So all you have to do is click on the title in Preview, and you're going to highlight the name. You want to keep the file extension of .jpeg. You don't want that to go away. And I'm just going to rename this to Ever Expanding. Ever Expanding, and you're just going to hit enter, and it automatically changes the title. It lets us know that this photo is edited as well. And you can exit out of it, and as you can see, the title is now changed on our desktop. We can click on it again, and the sizing and the cropping are retained. It's really simple, and now we're ready to upload this image to our website.